Bullcocks. Oh Jesus, it's you. Hey man, Comms Criticisms here. Today I want to talk about the accusation against MGTOW of immaturity. Things like, grow up man, or you're so immature, you're a loser living in the basement with your mother, or I want a real man, not this Peter Pan guy. Why don't you just man up and get married? Things of this nature. One of the more fanciful or imaginative ways this is busted out is the accusation of Peter Pan. You've got something called Peter Pan syndrome. And the particular reason why I want to talk about this one right now is because of Mr. Bradley Wilcox. So Bradley Wilcox, or should I say Bradley Wilcox, came out with a video recently saying that men should get married. Well, look here, married men die more than single men. But I say, hey, look here, that's good, because they're providing for the wife and children. And yeah, I've already debunked that video. It's so ridiculous that it looked like a parody video. And I mean, it's counterproductive because it was so ridiculous that it probably furthered the MGTOW cause more than his. But link in the description if you want to see that. What I want to talk about is the article he's written after that. And there was quite a lot of response to his video. And this article is responding to the responders of his video, in particular MGTOW guys like Turd Flinging Monkey. What he has to say is basically, well, these are woman-hating misogynists, and they don't have faith in marriage. And basically, they're these Peter Pan guys. That's the accusation right there. First things first, I understand the accusation, you're an immature man. But who chose to use Peter Pan as an analogy? Peter Pan syndrome. Like, Peter Pan is fucking cool. You get to be around your mates. You get to be young forever. You fly around light as a feather. Your enemies like Captain Hook don't have shit on you. And you got, hot chicks like Tinkerbell, her keen as. I don't know logistically how that works, but it's not such a bad deal being a Peter Pan, is it? Shit. One of the forms this accusation takes is immaturity. In other words, the man baby. You're a man baby. And that means that you're not an adult. Okay? So for me, an adult is somebody who makes independent decisions. They're financially independent. And they take responsibility for themselves, for their actions. They're accountable. That's what an adult is. They have agency over their life through those three things. If they do that, then if they're a male, they're a man. And if they don't, then they're a man baby. Now, if you choose to take up responsibility for something and then abdicate and quit, you could say that's immature. For example, decide to have children, and then you're like, you know what, I'm not carrying this, then you quit and you don't support your children. That would be bad, in my opinion. That would be immature. You'd be a man baby. But if you merely never ever took up the responsibility, for example, you never had children, you never decided to get married, that would not be immaturity or irresponsibility. So what I'm saying is that being responsible for your actions and being accountable to them is a sign of maturity, okay? But simply loading up responsibilities willy-nilly because it's beneficial for women or because society says you should, that is not maturity. In fact, doing those things unquestionably, I would say, is immature. Look at the accusation when it comes to marriage. I don't want a boy. I want a real man, okay? And you should fulfill your God-given obligation to support another female and children and sacrifice your time and energy and money for them. And if you don't, you're a bloody Peter Pan. No, I don't think it's immature to act selfishly in this case. Married men tend to have to work longer hours to make more money, for money that they're never going to see because their children and wife are going to spend it. Women do make up about 80% of the consumption in any given Western economy. The thing is, people lie. They say that marriage is a partnership, relationships are a partnership. It's not. Marriage is different for men and women, okay? And women don't have to give the things that men have to give. For men, marriage is taking up responsibility and giving up privileges. For women, it's the opposite. and women are selfish. If it really was a partnership and men had to do the things that men do in a marriage, they would be going their own way as well. Think about the miserable men Instagram feed. These men are just lying around bored as fuck on their cell phones or sleeping in shops, while the woman go around spending his money at the mall. And see, marriage for women is the Peter Pan lifestyle, okay? They get that lifestyle off the man's money, his labor, his sweat. That's marriage for them. See, the women these days, they have Peter Pan syndrome. They live their Peter Pan lifestyle through marriage, through resource extraction. And the fucked up thing is, they get it whether they're married or not, because if they're divorced through no-fault divorce, they're gonna get the shit no matter what. That's the fucked up thing. So what I'm saying is, these charges of, grow up, immaturity, I want a real man. The men who are going their own way, who are living that Peter Pan lifestyle, they're getting what women get through marriage. And so therefore, if men don't go through marriage and they live their Peter Pan single MGTOW lifestyle, then women don't get their Peter Pan lifestyle. It's one or the other. Either the man sacrifices his resources, his life expectancy, his energy, his time for the woman, for her to be a Peter Pan, or he tells her to fuck off and be Peter Pan himself. I think what all this reveals, which is often the case, is fundamentally marriage is not an equal partnership, and men and women are not the same. It reveals the myth of equality. Despite supposed progress being made in the department of gender roles, whilst women have been able to step outside of them, men are still pretty much locked into obligation and responsibility. So generally, men take more responsibility and have more agency, and women take less responsibility and have less agency. And the funny thing is, when men drop their responsibility down, perhaps to a level that a female would be accustomed to, they become unattractive to a female. They draw in criticism and scorn, and they say, I don't like you, you're a little boy. Well, they're just doing the same thing that women are doing. Yet, if men do it, it's disgusting. But if women do it, it's acceptable. The same behavior, just different sexes. I wonder what we call that. I think it's called sexism or double standard, isn't it? And I think it must beg the question, if women hate this characteristic so much in men, then what do they really think of it when it comes to that characteristic in themselves, deep in the recesses of their mind? But there is a fundamental difference between a Peter Pan syndrome man and a Peter Pan syndrome woman. And one is the man is healthy if he's working, he's laboring, and he's enjoying the fruits of his labor for himself. That's healthy. Whereas if a woman is being a Peter Pan off of the man's labor, that's unhealthy, because that's parasitic. So imagine if someone had just been eating lots of raw meat or something their whole life, and they got shitloads of worms and parasites in them, and we just started flushing them out, with some herbal medicine or something. If these parasites could talk, they'd be screaming oh, you're not taking responsibility. You used to take care of me. Why don't you help me? You're a misogynist. That's basically what it is. It's women's last little cry to try and get what they want, while they lose their gold digging Peter Pan lifestyle